Surviving weeks alone requires mastering both instinct and endurance.
Surviving weeks alone requires mastering both instinct and endurance.
This traditional fur gear is meticulously crafted to withstand the unimaginable cold of the Siberian winter. Traditional gear is meticulously crafted to withstand the unimaginable cold. Every stitch and layer.
For the Yakutian hunter, these faint tracks are not just footsteps, but a story written in the frost.
Experts identify the territories of these magnificent animals without disturbing the delicate balance of the wildlife, often relying on subtle clues like these markings.
To identify territories without disturbing the balance of wildlife, experts must rely on subtle signs.
Extreme cold reduces visibility and significantly slows reaction time.
Here in the taiga, these ancient trapping methods still outperform modern tools, requiring patience and a deep understanding of the wilderness.
To track the reindeer successfully, the hunters must remain absolutely silent, using the wind to mask both their scent and the sound of their approach. By tapping the ice, the hunter employs age-old techniques for detecting invisible weak spots, listening carefully for a change in resonance.
In temperatures like these, frostbite can set in within minutes. Exposing bare skin, even briefly, is a calculated risk.
The Yakutian hunters rely on ancient wisdom. They read the sun and stars, navigating this endless.
These tracks confirm the wolf is actively hunting. In temperatures this low, predators conserve energy.
Passed down through countless generations, the art of building a quinzhee is essential for survival in the unforgiving Yakutia winter.
In this altitude, the thin air makes fire maintenance a critical challenge. We have to keep the embers glowing constantly.
To survive the Yakutian winter, a hunter must understand insulation. By weaving evergreen bows tightly, the sudden flight of the birds hints at a presence below, perhaps a large predator moving through the deep snow.
As you can see, maintaining balance on Yakutian ice requires precise movements and the aid of a strong wooden pole. It is essential for survival.
Out here, the timing is everything. You have a small window at dawn to check the lines before the extreme cold sets in.
They read the land as a natural map. Every shadow on the snow, every ripple of the wind, tells them a story.
In this extreme cold, sound behaves differently. The air is so dense that the cracks you hear from the distant In Yakutia, the cold is so intense that sound behaves differently.
In Yakutia, the lemsip, or permafrost cellar, has been used for centuries. These underground freezers.
For centuries, our people have used the permafrost itself as a natural freezer. These techniques are vital for surviving the long winters.
The subtle art of silent navigation relies on these natural Yakutian signs, barely visible against the snow, yet
The Yakutian people have mastered the subtle art of silent navigation by marking the winter route with natural.
The snow hare's survival in the deep freeze depends on remarkable adaptations. Their paws act as natural.
In the deep freeze of the Yakutian winter, prey species like this snow hare rely on incredible adaptations.
To survive in the Yakut taiga, hunters use an ancient method.
The silence here is absolute.
in this vast emptiness, the silence can be a burden. It forces a man to confront his own mind.
When repairing the sokui or fur parka, the stitching must be precise. This thick sinew ensures the rain.
To ensure warmth in the deep winter, we use a bone needle and sinew thread. The sinew swells in the cold, keeping the seams impenetrable to the wind.
It seems lifeless, but look closely at the ice. These hidden microhabitats beneath the frost are crucial for the survival of many species here.
Down here, shielded by the ice, temperatures stabilize. These hidden pockets are microhabitats.
For centuries, the Yakut people have relied on the smokehouse to survive the harsh winters. preserving meat through.
Here in Yakutia, extreme frost causes the wood to become incredibly brittle. As I apply pressure, the frozen branch simply shatters.
When faced with weeks of isolation in this unforgiving landscape, emotional resilience is not just.
When your gear fails out here, you rely on improvisation. Being able to repair a critical tool like this snare with only natural fibers is essential.
In this part of Yakutia, the winter is harsh, but these salt deposits are crucial as they are the only thing that draws the...
The key to vertical scouting here is patience. Test the ice, secure the crampons, and always maintain 3 points of contact. The secret to real Yakutian fish is in the immediate searing. We pull it straight from the ice and right onto the flames.
This knowledge of how the forest breathes even in the deepest cold is learned not through books, but through
When temperatures drop this low, every natural material counts. This resin is the key ingredient for a light.
The birch bark torch, burning so brightly, was one of the only ways to navigate the long, dark...
The wind here is more than just cold air. It's a guide. It shapes the landscape and, critically, influences where...
The Yakutian winter demands absolute resilience. Every step through this steep landscape is a testament to the hunter's stamina.
As winter approaches in Yakutia, brown bears begin their search for suitable dens, often traveling vast...
Here in Yakutia, the emptiness isn't just physical. It's a silence that presses against the soul, testing your will to continue.
In the deep cold of Yakutia, preserving warmth is paramount. A dry boot means the difference between survival and losing a limb to the frost.
The shape of the winter clouds tells us everything. See how they stretch across the sky. The spirits are signaling a deep freeze is coming.
In this profound stillness, nature reminds us of our place.
The secret to staying warm here is layering the birch bark. This creates a natural barrier against the Siberian frosts.
The responsibility of the traditional hunter is heavy. They must follow the trail, no matter how long, to...
The thick fog here in Yakutia doesn't just obscure the path, it complicates navigation entirely, rendering the landscape invisible.
Once the bindings are secure, the key to deep snow mobility is the gait. Keep your stance wide and lift the tips to conserve energy.
Sustainability is key to survival in Yakutia. By clearing the deadfall from the snow, we not only gather fuel, but also help the forest thrive.
The depth of these prints tells us the moose are migrating. They move to the sheltered valleys when the snows arrive, following the ancient paths. To survive the storm, we reinforce these log walls with massive blocks of ice, creating an impenetrable barrier against the wind.
The secret to fire in a frozen forest lies in these lower branches. The snow insulates the wood, keeping it perfectly dry. In the heart of the Yakutian winter, the skill of forging and sharpening iron arrowheads.
In this vast frozen landscape, the waterfall serves as our primary landmark, guiding us through the deep snow towards the river.
When traveling in the Arctic, you must consume thousands of extra calories a day. This steaming broth provides the energy required to fight the deep cold.
The hunters of Yakutia have long listened to the ravens, trusting these birds to lead them to their prey through the deep snow.
Tracking in deep winter demands absolute quiet. This loud snow crust makes every movement a calculated risk.
This snow barrier works by trapping the air within its structure. This insulation is vital here in Yakutia to prevent heat loss.
Under severe cold conditions like the Taiga winter, weapon maintenance is crucial. Frost can cause malfunctions if not cleared regularly.
To avoid confrontation with the pack, we must understand their movements. These tracks confirm they use this ridgeline.
The deep snows of Yakutia demand patience. With a carefully crafted tool, the hunter probes the hollow.
By examining the snow compression and the stride length, we can determine the precise moment the wolf passed, and crucially, where it's headed.
When temperatures drop to 60 below, caloric density isn't a luxury, it's survival. This hearty stew provides essential fat and energy.
The key to a successful Yakutian windbreak is density. We compact the snow in precise layers, as you can see here in the blueprints.
These corridors through the deep snow are ancient pathways, shaped not by man, but by the persistent movement of the taiga's wildlife.
Here in Yakutia, these claw marks aren't just signs of a bear's presence. They are a clear territorial, signaling dominance to any potential rivals. The first rule of ethical trapping here is placement. The bait must be accessible, but positioned so we avoid incidentally catching non-target species. The key to surviving in temperatures this low is moisture control. As you can see, the humidity from my breath instantly freezes on contact with the air in my clothing. In Yakutia, the greatest danger isn't always the cold, but the hidden water.
In the deep winter of Yakutia, knowing the way can save your life. We use charcoal on birch bark.
The migration corridors of Yakutia are etched deep into the permafrost. Ancient highways followed.
In Yakutia, retaining warmth is paramount. This thick fur hat, once dry, is essential for surviving the deep Siberian frosts.
My bond with this land is etched into my soul. The taiga provides everything. The spirits of the herbs awaken only when touched by the purest snow, melted by the sacred fire. In this unforgiving landscape, survival isn't measured in days, but in decades of meticulous.
Every step through this frozen landscape tests the limits of human endurance.
In this cold, patience is not just a virtue, it is survival. We wait for the right moment.
When the temperature drops to 50 below, every breath is a struggle. Without this wood, we won't last the night.
The taiga demands patience. We follow the faint crimson trail, a promise of sustenance in the harsh winter.
In this environment, fluid management is crucial. We melt the ice directly over the stove to ensure a constant supply of safe drinking water for the team.
The winter demands discipline. We ration the supplies now so we can endure the months ahead.
Understanding the elevation is crucial for scouting in this terrain. From this peak, we can observe the entire river system and plan our route accordingly.
In the extreme cold of Yakutia, traditional sanitation is impossible. Instead, the abrasive quality of fresh
sheet. In the harsh winter of Yakutia, these mineral licks are vital. Here, moose and ibex gather,
With temperatures plummeting, this multi-layer approach traps heat, proving essential for the long winter ahead.
To ensure mobility on the Yakutian ice, these boots feature specialized tungsten studs. They grip the surface firmly.
To navigate these unforgiving lands in winter, you must read the subtle shifts in the snow and the stark silhouettes of the mountains against the aurora.
We've located a prime den site here, evidence of a stable population. Analyzing these prints tells us the animal's size.
In Yakutia, survival demands immense energy. Every log chopped is a battle against the unforgiving cold.
Out here, endurance is everything. It's the will to keep moving when every fiber of your being screams for warmth.
The ancient hunters of the taiga survive not by fighting the land, but by becoming one with it.